Hello and welcome back. In today's stitch study we are looking at the US treble stitch or UK double treble stitch. This is one of the longest stitches, so it works up your projects very quickly. This sample that I've done only has 1, 2, 3 and I'm partway through the 4th row. So you can see it's quite a long stitch, which means things can work up very quickly. Okay, to do this stitch we wrap our yarn around the hook twice, and then we put it into the top of our next stitch, which is this space here. And we check the top. I've got 2 strands on top, I've got a V on top, so I know I'm in the right space. The yarn goes over our hook again and we bring that back through our work. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4 loops on our hook. We're going to wrap the yarn around our hook again and we're going to bring it through the first 2 loops. Here we go. Now we're down to 3 loops on our hook. Wrap the yarn around again and bring that through the next 2 loops. Down to 2. Wrap our yarn around again and bring that through the last 2 loops on our hook. And that is our treble crochet or double treble crochet for the UK terminology. Again, wrap the yarn around our hook twice. We go into the top of our next stitch, making sure we've got a V on top. Yarn goes over our hook again and we bring that back through. We've got 4 loops on our hook. Each time we put the yarn over, we're going to bring it through just 2 of the loops. Yarn goes over through the first 2 loops. Yarn goes over again through our next 2 loops. Yarn over one more time and through the last 2 loops. Quite a long stitch. You'll be able to see pretty quickly if you've made an error. So for example, if I only put this yarn over once and I go into the stitch and I do the same, I will see that stitch is shorter and it's actually tighter. It's bringing my work up to try and keep it the same height. So I know I've done that wrong. I can undo that. Yarn over twice. Another way you can make a mistake, and I'll show you this as well, is if you happen to bring your yarn back through too many loops. So in this example, I'm going to finish by bringing it through all 3 loops. And again, you can see that the top is shorter, which shows me that I've done the top part of this stitch wrong. So I'll undo it again. So always keep checking your work to make sure it looks the same, consistent. Okay, yarn over twice, and we go through our stitch, making sure we've got that V on top. Yarn over again, we bring it back through our work. We've got 4 loops on our hook. Yarn goes over our hook, we bring it through the first 2 loops. Yarn over our hook, bring that through our next 2 loops. Yarn over our hook again, and we bring that through the remaining 2 loops. Now my stitch looks the same as the previous one. So remembering, yarn over the hook twice at the start into our next stitch, yarn over again, bring that back through our work. Every time we put our yarn over, we're coming back through 2 loops. Yarn over again, back through 2 more loops. Yarn over again, back through our last 2 loops. Yarn over our hook twice into our work. V on top so I know I'm in the right place. Yarn over our hook, bring it back through our work. Yarn over the hook through the first 2 loops. Yarn over our hook, bring that back through our next 2 loops. Yarn over our hook and bring that through our last 2 loops. I'm going to move a bit quickly through the remaining stitches because I want to show you how to do a turning chain on this particular stitch. So my yarn goes over the hook twice, back through my work, yarn over again and back out of my work, yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over through 2 loops. Yarn goes around my hook twice, back into that stitch, bring the yarn back through my work, yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over and through the last 2 loops. Yarn over my hook twice, hook goes through my work, yarn over again and bring that back, yarn over through the first 2 loops, yarn over through the next 2 loops, yarn over through the last 2 loops. Now if I look at my work, I can see that I've got 1, 2 stitches left. This is my turning chain, so it does not count as a stitch. So I'm going to do this 2 more times. Yarn over twice, into my work, bring that back, yarn over through the first 2, yarn over through the next 2, yarn over through the last 2. I now have 1 more stitch to go into. This is my turning chain, does not count. So yarn over twice, into that next stitch, yarn over, bring it through first 2, bring it through the next 2, bring it through the final 2. Now, before I can begin my next row, I need to do a turning chain. This is a long stitch, so I need to do 4 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can turn my work around, and I'm going to go back into this stitch here. So yarn over twice, into that stitch which is at the base of the chain, back into there, yarn over and bring that through. Same process, yarn over through the first 2 stitches, yarn over through the next 2 stitches, yarn over through the last 2 stitches. And I've turned my work, which keeps a fairly straight edge with the turning chain. I'm going to show you this stitch 2 more times. Yarn over twice, and I go into the next stitch. Yarn over again and bring that back. Got 4 loops on my hook. Yarn over, bring it through the first 2 stitches, the first 2 loops, yarn over through the next 2 loops, yarn over through the last 2 loops. For the last time, yarn over my hook twice and into the top of the next stitch, which is this gap here. Yarn over again, bring it back, 4 loops on my hook, yarn over through the first 2 stitches, yarn over through the next 2 stitches, yarn over through the last 2 stitches. Hope this has shown you how to do the treble stitch for US terminology, or double treble. Enjoy this stitch. It works up fast, and it's a good beginning one to do if you wanted to do a scarf just to practice. In this sample I am 20 chains across in my foundation chain. I personally wouldn't think this is long enough or wide enough for a scarf. I would rather do 30 stitches or maybe even 40 stitches across. I hope this tutorial has been helpful.